rolled 4 in a week and qualified for the incentive likewise.
Wonderful.
That was Cindy Birch from Warrenton, Virginia.
Good. Right there in your hometown.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, there's so many things new coming out about this. It's just amazing what we see with protandim and how it's helping people financially. There's two ways, that you can be blessed here. You can help people out of different health issues, maintain their wellness and health, and also they can maintain their elbow room financially, so to speak, and that's what's really great about it. It helps them in a win-win situation, and I'm excited. Every day I learn something new about it, and I can't wait to hear Dr. McCord down in Orlando. I've been talking to him this week, and he's going to be great. He speaks, the first speaker on Friday afternoon will be Dr. McCord, and he gives an update on everything he's found from these medical schools that are all doing research on this with their own money. I always add that. So, Steve, what have you got new and exciting?
Well, I was thinking, a lot of times on this Tuesday night call and the 50 some odd calls that we've done, Doc, that sometimes, we talk often about the health benefits, and sometimes we kind of mention the wealth opportunity and the real business opportunity that's there. I remember it being said by some noted financial planners that, the average American family is only $281 a month away from bankruptcy. And, if we just simply take one component of the Life Vantage compensation plan called the Fast Start Bonus Pool and encourage the people on our teams to recruit one preferred customer a week and one distributor a month for a total of 5 enrollments, that will bring in about $470 some when you add in the enrollment commissions and the Fast Start Bonus Pool amount. And that's more than enough to make some people a car payment, part of a house payment. Or if they only enrolled 5 preferred customers, and the total of those 5 enrollments was 500 in volume, they would have almost a $300 check in only doing that. And if they did that each month, they could make the difference between being in the red and being positive. That's how simple it is. By simply being the messenger and taking people to that ABC primetime video and then asking them, what did you like about what you saw? And then my wife always reminds you, what did you like best about what you saw? But then and then simply signing them up. And with that, each month they can build 500 in volume in their business, in auto orders, increase their royalty over time. It has such benefit for freedom to get off of that 40-year plan that most people are walking on.
Yeah, and only 15% of the 10,000 baby boomers that's retiring every day have any viable retirement. 15%. That's 8,500 with none, and 15% with some.
Yes.
That leaves us 8,500 new people potential every day that has no retirement.
And this is a great opportunity. We're at such a wonderful place in the course of the Life Vantage business opportunity to be able to get in at a time when it hasn't hit critical mass, when it hasn't gotten to the place of being a household name yet. Started in the West, just beginning to roll out in the East. It's absolutely astounding the opportunity that you've got to present to people that talks about how can you change their financial situation, along with what about healthy. And like I've heard you say many times, Doc, how many healthy drug takers have you seen?
Yeah. How many healthy people? I just talked to a lady that her mother is taking a drug that's wearing out and not becoming effective, but she's taken 2 other items to counteract the side effect of the first one. That's unbelievable. And to really put this point across, folks, The number one leading cause of death now and during the last year has been cancer for the first time. When I graduated from medical school, it was the 8th leading cause of death. It's now number 1. We've had a war on cancer, spent billions and billions and billions in cancer research. We're looking for the wrong answer. We're looking for a drug to cure cancer. What you'll find eventually is a supplement, a food, because that's the only thing that changes gene expression. So, we were looking for that. Now, so cancer is number 1, heart disease and stroke is number 2, but no one knows, no one talks about the third leading cause of death, which is prescription drugs. Rightly prescribed, rightly diagnosed. And yet, when a doctor writes a prescription, like I did for 55 years, the patient grabs it, when you hand it to them, and they run to the drugstore to get something that's toxic and the third leading cause of death. You explain that to me. You explain that to me because it's beyond my comprehension. But anyhow, that's just the way human nature is, I guess. In fact, I think it may be the white coat syndrome. And I want to tell y'all, I've got 12 white coats here, and I've threatened to sell them $100 a piece, because once you put that on, everybody believes everything you say. It's a magic coat. Put the white coat on, and you can talk to anybody about anything, and they'll say, "Whoa, how high do you want me to jump?" And that's, again, our society. But I have a little thing that I read today that I wanted to, and this is a wise old saying, and I don't know, it's a person way back in Galileo's time. It says, the key to success is serving others. Short, sweet, and so true. The key to success is serving others. So, does anybody have a question?
Yeah, if you would like to, if you would please, when you come on to ask questions or to share your story, if you would please give us your name and where you're from for the record, because we are recording this call tonight, and it will be on Dr. Marvin's website. It's call number 24, and you can reach it through the archives by going into the recorded number, and it'll be call number 24. But go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, this is Ruth from Indianapolis, Indiana. And I talked to you last week about going back to Ohio and meeting with my doctor about my protandim and my blood sugar. Well, when she came in the room, she didn't recognize me. She said I looked so good. And then we started with the exam, and she said I gave her my new numbers, and she said we're doing an A1C right now. It was 6.8. And she said, I will not renew your script. I am on no medication right now for diabetes, rosacea, anything other than protandim.
Isn't that wonderful?
And she's got the information. She will be calling you. And I told her, I said, just give them a call. But she said that she's going to be doing the due diligence that I did on the product.
What was your A1C before?
When I started, it was close to 10. The last one I had was 7.4.
Well, you're a great example of somebody's wellness returning, and that's great. And I would be more than happy. What is your doctor's name?
Her name is Denise Bonneville. D-O.
Did you give her my website?
Yes, I did. I gave her all the information, the website, your number. And I downloaded some of the information from your site to give to her specifically.
That's what it's there for.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Didn't it feel good?
Oh, hello, Dr. Marvin.
Yes.
My name is Stephanie, and I just started the product a couple weeks ago. And I have MS, but I've been managing it holistically for about 7 years. And I have my annual exam this week, and I was going to ask for a CRP test. Are there any tests I should ask for to get like a baseline for myself to know?
The CRP would be the best.
That would be the best. Okay.
Yep.
And also another question. I'm taking one a day, and Mary, who got me started on the product, said after a week of one a day, I should do 2 a day for a couple weeks, and then back to 1 a day.
That'll be fine.
Okay, is there a reason to do that period of 2 a day versus just staying on the 1?
Yes, and here's why. Many times in something that traditionally you've had for a while neurologically, Dr. McCord recommends what's called a boost. And the boost, now I usually wait till about 10 days, 10 or 12 days to get the buildup of free radicals out of your system, which we know protandim does. And after that, then I go to 2 a day, 1 in the morning with food, with fat, and 1 in the evening with food, with some fat, and do that for 2 weeks and then back down. And the reason why we do that is called a boost, to kind of enliven your cells all over your body. And the other reason that we go back to 1 a day is Dr. McCord has told me if you do the math on the number of free radicals that each tablet eradicates, he said, I can only justify about 2 weeks. And so then go back to 1 a day, keep us in touch, keep checking in, let us know how you're doing, and we'll give you any other tips that we might have. I'd advise you to drink quite a bit of water.
Okay.
Wash out all the free radicals you're going to loosen.
Okay. All right.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that does. Thank you.
Thank you for... Where are you from, ma'am?
I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, good. I go down there every year at Christmas.
Oh, okay.
My daughter and 2 grandsons are down there.
Okay, yeah. I've been here 20 years.
So she. You must have come at the same time.
Well, thank you very much. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting some results.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, who was checking in?
This is Gina in Norfolk, and I have a short testimony for you. 10 years ago, my husband had a heart attack, and he had a stent placed in his heart. And since that time, he's been doing okay, but he's been struggling with his cholesterol levels. It's always been 250 or higher, and they've had him on high doses of Lipitor and fish oil, and nothing has brought it down. He went today and had a stress test done, and they did a blood test, and his cholesterol level is down to 180.
Isn't that amazing? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, he is so excited.
Yeah, and I tell you, it'll excite me when they take him off of the Lipitor.
Yeah, it'll excite me too. Because he's on 80 milligrams a day.
How long was he taking it before he had the test today?
I believe he started taking it in April.
Thank you.
Everybody is different. It doesn't make any difference much when he took it, because everybody's body is different. What works on one person in so many days may not work in twice that on another, or may work to that in half on another. So everybody's body reacts differently. So how long
I'm
it
still
took?
waiting.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting
just
for
take
mine
it.
to come back down.
Yeah, well, you take it until it works. You know, it's kind of like when Mark Twain was talking about, people always say, which side of the bread is buttered? And he said, I don't pay attention to it because I eat both sides. And that's kind of the way it is here. I take it until I get the results that I know will produce, because I have that much faith in it.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd share that with you real fast.
I sure thank you. I thank you very, very much. Anybody else have? Yes.
Hi, Dr. Molly. My name is Dr. Obot. We had spoken in December, but I know you probably don't remember that. You're used to a lot of people. But anyway, I have a question in terms of protandim and transplant status and also cancer status. I'm made to understand there is a contraindication to using protandim in those two states. Is there any other state I need to know about before recommending this?
What state?
I'm sorry. Protandim is contraindicated in transplant status as
Yes.
a transplant patient.
Yeah, I could. You're talking a little fast, and I couldn't
Sorry,
get it.
I
don't know. Anyhow, yeah, you can't give it after a transplant, an autologous transplant. But for example, if you have a skin transplant of your own skin, you can take it. But if you have a transplant of any organ from any other person, you can't take protandim. That's according to Dr. McCord. And what's the other state?
And also active chemotherapy or radiation therapy in cancer.
Yeah, right. You got it. Right. You're right in both cases.
Is there any other condition that it would be contraindicated in that I need to know about?
No.
No. Okay. Awesome. And in terms of cancer treatment, how soon after they complete treatment can you recommend this?
The day after they quit chemo.
Got it. Awesome.
Now, it isn't interfering with radiation. It's just chemo.
Just chemo. Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Mark.
Sure.
Bye.
Dr. Marvin? This is Winona in New Hampshire. I have an exciting update for you.
Good.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right. I didn't know whether, because I had unmuted myself. My husband, with the primary progressive aphasia, 4th of July, he said that he wanted to make some banana bread. We had some extra ripe bananas. Now, this man has not wanted to do anything like that for many years. Because this has been, obviously, in retrospect, coming on for a long time. And then the next day, he asked me if I'd like to have him grill some fish that he had bought for dinner. And I have been asking him to do grilling for the last couple of summers, and he hasn't wanted to do it. He even had to go and buy a new gas tank because it was empty, and that didn't faze him. He just went and got it and cooked a delicious dinner for us.
Wonderful.
The speech has a better flow. He still has problems finding words, but it doesn't seem to be. And our daughters are noticing the difference, and it's like he has more of a sense of being present. He follows conversations better. He actually sat in a Super Saturday training this past Saturday and understood what they were talking about and asked me, appropriate questions afterwards. I'm getting my husband back, Dr. Marvin, and I am just so thrilled. It was like being with a different person.
I know.
And when I noticing this, I, thinking back, and it was 6.5 months ago that we started on the protandim, and he is doing the bump it up to every 2 weeks, and he's been doing that, I think, for 3 to 4 months now.
Good.
And I'm just thrilled. So that's one family member. And if you remember, I have a daughter who called in on the call who has chronic Lyme and just has been beside herself. She told me a couple of weeks ago that she just has been feeling like she was dying because she just felt just couldn't get any energy, and has been on the protandim for 4.5 months, had a terrible time of reaction, had to stay on half a dose for a long time, but hung in there. And she told me that last weekend she was able to walk 3 miles and felt good afterwards. Then yesterday And yesterday she said that she went for, she's been going and working out, but she comes home and she's exhausted. She went and she worked out for an hour and then she walked afterwards and felt good and was going to go take something up to her friends and came back and she was bubbly and excited and laughing, and I feel like I've got my daughter back.
You bet. You got them both back.
Yes.
That's wonderful. I love this project for what it does for people.
Yeah. And it just takes longer for some of these really chronic things because Marjorie started bumping it up too. As a matter of fact, she just started bumping it up a couple of weeks ago. So this that probably is what, in retrospect, you're thinking of it now, that has made the difference in the fact that she is terrific now.
Sounds great to me.
Yes. So just wanted to bring you up to date.
I'm glad you did. Thank you so much. Does anybody else have that?
Hey, Dr. Marvin?
Yes.
I just want to ask, what is your website?
My website? Yes, it's Doc, D-O-C, Marvin, MARVIN.com.
Okay, thank you. Doc Marvin, this is Paula from Clearwater.
Yes.
In the beginning of May, my brother was diagnosed. He had his colon burst, and he has stage 4 colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just starting chemo, and I've been down there for 2 months. And I bumped up my protandim because my stress level is astronomical dealing with this. I knew what cancer was, but I didn't know what it did to a family and to a person.
I know.
And how do I say this right? My brother is the most unhappy person and negative person he's been his whole life. And without this product, I would go back in the hole I crawled in. I came out of it. And he has threatened me twice to take a gun and blow his head off.
You better get all the guns out of the house.
And he's so angry, he's so mad because they did a colostomy, and he hates it, and he thinks all he talks about is death. And
that's really bad.
Yeah. And I told him I have to go home.
Where is he? Where's he located?
He lives in Denton, Texas.
Oh, okay.
So I just got home last Thursday. I've been down there for 2 months. Can I keep taking the 2 a day for a while?
Sure, you probably need to.
Because right now I am at the bottom of the barrel and trying to crawl up.
You need to get to thinking positive. You know, it's been proven many times you are what you think you are.
Yes, sir.
You know, Henry Ford says, if you think you can or you think you can't, you're right on both issues.
Yeah.
And so you got to have positive input. I'd get to reading some of the Bible. It's all positive. And that's just my recommendation. Read the Bible.
One of the things he did to me, Dr. Marvin, I said, Dennis, you have to have faith to believe God will get you through this. He said, well, if God is a loving God, then why did he do this to me? I said, he didn't do it to you, he allowed it. And then he got back, well, tell me who made God, and I will believe you, and I will start praying to God. And at that point, I just walked away because I said he is who he is.
Read the Psalms.
Okay.
Read the Psalms. Saturate yourself with the Psalms. Because in that environment, you need to be positive or you're going to end up with something.
Yep. And right now, I'm home, and I'm reading the Bible because I don't know what else to do, Dr. Marvin. I
can't recommend anything better.
I'm at the bottom, and I don't know. I worry about him, and it's not. I'm okay with whatever happens. My biggest thing is
what happens with his soul. If he believes the Bible was made by man, and and that's the part that worries me the most. And I know this is not what this call's about, but
I know.
and I know. Just all I'm asking for, Dr. Marvin, is
I'd ask everybody on here.
Is it going to?
Praying.
Okay. All right.
Anybody on here who's a praying person, pray for him. What's his name?
His name is Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown.
Okay. And I need help, and if I can, my question was, can I take 2 a day or up to 3 a day for a while?
No, don't do 3. You don't need 3. You can do 2 a day until you're through this negative interface.
Okay. I just wanted to be sure, and I figured I'd ask you, and I didn't mean to dump a sob story on you, Dr. Marvin. Honestly, I didn't.
That's okay. No problem.
You are.
Dr. Marvin, this is Dennis from Houston. Can I give a testimony on behalf of one of our preferred customers, please?
Yes.
We have a preferred customer in Dallas, Texas, that was involved in an accident about over 3 years ago. And she had only taken the protandim for 10 days. Our pinky, the smallest finger, has been, according to her, she has not been able to bend that finger for over 3 years. 10 days after taking protandim, not only is she able to bend the finger, she's able to crack the finger in 10 days.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Marvin, this is Beverly Coleman from North Carolina. I also would like to give a testimony. This past Sunday, and I've been on protandim for 6 months, but this past Sunday I was sitting on the bed reading my Bible, which is a small print, and I usually wear glasses. And I can read without my glasses. I can focus clearly. My eyes are crystal clear, and it is just blowing me away. I am so excited. And for anybody that will listen, I want them to know what it has done for me.
You go tell them, ma'am. You go out and tell everybody.
Yes.
Tell everybody. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Marvin.
Dr. Marvin, Karen in California.
Okay, Karen, go ahead.
Hi, Doc. Is Leah on the call? That is Carol's friend. You have to star 6 yourself, Leah.
Yes, I'm here.
Leah.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well, hello, Carol? No, this is Karen. Is this Leah? Yes. Okay, I'm Carol's friend, and she asked me to pull you up so that you could ask your question to Doc Marvin. Well, I'm hearing all the testimonials. I was hoping I could hear about the product because I'm not familiar with the product yet. Carol was telling me about it a little bit today. My husband is diabetic and he has high blood pressure. He's taking all these medications. So I was wondering if any of his medication, or if this, whatever product you have, would conflict with, would be bad for the medications he's taking right now.
No, there's no drug interaction.
Okay.
None. And you want to find out about the product? Yes. We can tell you all kinds of things about the product, but are you active on the internet?
I'm not, I'm one of the older people, so I'm not very familiar. I can try.
Okay, go to www. Go to www.docmarvin, all one word, .com.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. DOCMA.
MARVIN.
Oh, your name. And Leo, I will do a call with you and Carol.
Okay.
Okay, and then we'll get you the other information that you need, honey, okay? Okay, no problem. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's good.
Dr.
Marvin, there's a man on. Go ahead. Doc Marvin. This is Gary. Gary drove from Hickory, Maine, and I'm calling in. My brother Steve had asked me to call in. He sponsored me about 2 weeks ago. I've been taking the product since January of this year, and my diabetes I've had for 25 years, and I'm 59, and it's been getting very hard to control my sugars, and my A1Cs were always up in the 11s and 9s, and it was recently 8.7, and after taking protandim for 4 months, my A1C came back at 6.7.
Wow, that's just about like the first one we had.
Yeah, I was listening, and it's amazing. And I can actually, I feel like I can, it doesn't have any reaction. I still have insulin, but I'm on such a low dose of insulin now that I was taking 24 units to 20 units a meal. Now I might take 3 or 5 units a meal. And it's amazing, and I will actually eat some of the things I haven't eaten for 15, 20 years, and not blow my sugar out of the water. It is amazing.
Giving you a new life, right?
It has. It's been very difficult, like I said, for the last 10 years or so, to keep my sugars down. And with the protandim, it's doing something to the chemistry of my body that's helping me cope with sugars and keeping them down. It's amazing.
Yeah, well,
I've lost weight as well, because it's making everything work better.
it's health and wellness.
Yeah, sure is.
It works. That's great, Gary. I'm glad you come in and give us that information. That's wonderful. That's almost 2 duplications of the same effect, starting and now. So that'll be good to have on this recording. Does anybody else have any?
Yes, Dr. Marvin. Dr. Marvin?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Vicki from Ohio.
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify what you said about protandim during chemotherapy. I just found out today that one of our PCs is halfway through her chemo. She has stayed on her protandim, and she checked it out, okayed it with the oncologist, and she is doing well. Her blood counts are staying up, and she feels good. And I didn't say anything different to her because Dr. McCord's, one of his videos talked about curcumin being a chemosensitizer, and that, that it may be fine to stay on the protandim with chemotherapy.
Let me give you an update. That was in 2010, October 2010. He gave that speech in San Diego.
Okay.
In Anaheim in 2011, July, he said, do not give it with chemo because the medical schools have proven that there might be a risk of lowering the oxidative stress produced by the chemo down to the sweet spot where the tumor will grow faster.
But hers is shrinking.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
It is. Okay, go ahead.
Dr. McCord says don't do it.
Okay. Okay, what if somebody is on oral chemo long term?
Well, I think in those cases, how often they taking it?
They take it like 1 week on and 2 or 3 weeks off, and then 1 week on.
Well, during the 2 or 3 weeks off, you could give it, but you want us to. Dr. McCord at this time says this: do not give protandim 2 weeks before, during chemo, but you can start it the day after chemo.
Okay, so not 2 weeks before.
Or during.
And
you can start it the day after.
So she'd have to wait till she's done, because she's on a 1 week chemo, 3 weeks off.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. One other question. If someone is going to get their own stem cell transplant, it's okay. take Protandim
Should be fine.
because it's their
Yeah.
own. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
You bet.
I have a question for you, Dr. Marvin. Cheryl in North Carolina.
Go ahead, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you. My husband just had surgery today for skin cancer, and he had a graft from the side of his face under his ear onto his nose. How soon can I get him back on Protandim again?
As soon as he can swallow.
Okay, good. And should he do the one in the morning and one in the evening?
Now, has he been on it before?
Yes, for about 2 years.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah. I'd do one in the morning and one in the evening. Now, has he been using True Science on that area?
He has been, and we didn't get any results from it. I think it was just a little bit too late.
Okay. What kind of cancer was it?
Harry, what kind of cancer was that on your nose? Basal?
Basal cell. Okay.
And then he's having radiation on another part on his neck, and that is, what is that? Okay, he doesn't have any idea. We don't remember.
Probably it's on the neck and squamous cell.
I believe that was correct. I think that's what the nurse said. So he can continue on with his Protandim even during that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought I heard you say. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Dr. Marvin?
Yes.
This is Amanda from Virginia.
Oh, hi, Amanda.
Hi, Dr. Marvin. How are you?
Hi.
I saw Steve Tuffy at I believe it was last Tuesday, and we were talking about children with post-traumatic stress disorder. And my sister was a year ago was in the Middle East, and 3 weeks ago there was a shooting on base that happened right next to her, and she couldn't sleep for the longest time, and it was starting to affect her with raising her child as well. So last weekend I gave her Protandim, and she started taking it, and she took it that night, and she slept completely through the night and woke up so energized and so rested for the first time of the year.
Isn't that wonderful? It's the greatest stuff I've ever seen.
And her husband, they're married now, is in the Air Force, and he's with the K-9 unit, and they look for bombs and drugs in the Middle East every 6 months. And he was having some issues with dealing with the stress and the anxiety and depression of seeing what he's seen over there. So I gave him a bottle, and he's sleeping well, his attitude, his personality is 100% better, and it's working really well for both of them.
That's wonderful. Helping
Amanda, when did you start your sister and her husband on Protandim? Both of them 2 weeks ago?
Well, actually I started on Friday.
Just Friday, okay.
Yeah, they are sleeping through the night. My sister got fed Thursday, and she woke up screaming in the middle of the night.
Huh.
And Monday night, her husband said that was normal for her to do that if she could sleep. So I decided to give it to her Friday night. She took it before. She said she didn't dream anything. She slept soundly through the night. And she said, I talked to her recently, and she says she's been sleeping every night, not having any kind of nightmares, feeling completely rested, and she doesn't feel upset, depressed, or have anxiety like she did.
That's wonderful, Amanda. I'm meeting tomorrow with retired Major General West to talk with him in the morning at 8 o'clock about other soldier issues of PTSD and how this might affect people that are involved with the Wounded Warriors program and things like that. So I appreciate that, Amanda.
I'm trying my hardest to get it to Afghanistan with my brother and get that over there. He's been there. He's been in Iraq and Afghanistan 10 times, and it's greatly affecting him emotionally and physically. And I am trying my hardest to get it to him.
Amanda, card, my number. Give me a call tomorrow, will you?
Yes, sir, I will.
Thank you.
Dr. Marvin,
Thank you,
how about, still on the Marvin, tell your wife hi for me.
You will do.
Dr. Marvin?
How about fertility? Has anybody
Yes, it
had fertility help?
Yes.
She
Yes.
has weak eggs. She's 35 years old and has not had a child yet, and she was told because her eggs are weak.
I've never seen any muscle testing in eggs yet, but I didn't know they could be weak. But anyhow, that's a term I'm not familiar with. When I see them doing push-ups, I'll know. But anyhow.
So do we have any testimonies, Doc,
Yes. Yes.
in our archive?
I know there's some. I've heard many.
Okay.
Whether it was recorded or whether it wasn't.
Okay. That's
Take it
all.
one pill a day in the morning with food and some fat.
How about, excuse me, Dr. Marvin, how about pregnant women?
What about them?
Well, I have a friend who's got terrible morning sickness to the point where she's been hospitalized now 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
Can pregnant women take protandim, and could it maybe help her?
Yes, it's on the FAQs. Go on your website and you'll see up in the right-hand corner FAQs, and you have a whole list of things. But you can't take it. But it's recommended by LifeVantage that the patient show the product to her doctor because of the pregnancy.
Indeed.
But there's no contraindications. Dr. McCord has told me that.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Marvin. God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Dr. Marvin, I have a
Yeah.
question on behalf of one of my relatives who has a son with autism, and we've been giving him half a tablet. I just wanted to find out when we can start giving him one.
Okay, how much does he weigh?
I don't have an idea, but he should
That's what
really.
you determine it on.
Okay.
What grade is he? How old is he?
He's 7 years old. Sorry about that.
Okay. I'm still probably half a tablet's enough.
Okay.
Unless he's fat or heavy enough that he's over 50 pounds.
No, he's not.
Okay. I give him half a tablet. In the morning, with food, with some fat in it.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Marvin?
You bet.
Dr. Marvin?
Yes, go ahead.
I have a person who's in their early 80s, and they started protandim, and
Speak up.
Could you speak up, please, ma'am, and identify your name and where you're from?
my name is Debbie. I'm from high school. I have a friend who is about 80 years old and male, has some steps put in, and also kidney taken out, and diabetic, and he started protandim. He did a half tablet for a little while, and he's up to a tablet. It's been the first month, and he has noticed an increase in his blood pressure, and I just wondered if you would have any recommendations.
Yes. When you first start taking it, within the first month, you frequently will get what Dr. McCord calls a blush. And that's when you get an elevation in your blood pressure temporarily.
Need to drink
Or it could be an elevation in your blood sugar temporarily. Or a blood increase in your blood cholesterol temporarily. But he's on a full tablet. In the morning, is he taking it with some fat in his breakfast? Okay. Is he drinking 8-ounce glasses of water a day? Okay, just keep taking it.
Don't go to half, go ahead and keep taking it.
No.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Hi, Dr. Marvin. Dr. Marvin.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Joe Netherlands, and I'm a new distributor. I wanted to find out about three different diseases. Vitiligo.
Three different what?
Diseases or
Okay, what?
vitiligo, sickle cell anemia and spina bifida.
Okay. How old is the spina bifida patient?
3 years old.
There's a chance that might help the area heal because it's
Okay.
gene expression. So I'd highly consider giving it to that one. The vitiligo, of course, you'd use the pill on the inside, the cream on the outside. What was the other one?
Sickle cell anemia.
There hasn't been any studies done, but Dr. McCord is trying to arrange a study on sickle cell, but that has not been done.
Oh.
So I
What
can't
did you
comment.
recommend? Oh, I'm sorry.
What? What?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, I was going to ask, what would you recommend the dosage for the spina bifida child?
About is 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd start with a fourth of a tablet. Dissolve it in some juice.
Okay.
Or use it with applesauce, but crush it. Crush it if you use it undissolved. Applesauce, pudding, ice cream, anything.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay?
Dr. Martin,
Yes.
this is Chris Blackerman in Omaha, and I'm a new distributor. And you said to take it with fat. Now, how much fat are you meaning when you say to take it with fat?
Half a slice of toast with some butter on it. Piece of bacon.
Okay.
Piece of an egg. Doesn't take much. And if you don't want any of the above, 4 raw almonds.
Oh, okay. I can do that. And also, my mom has Parkinson's, and she said she'd try. I got like 10 bottles, so I'm going to give her one. I heard you say the Power Up thing. She's been sick with the Parkinson's for about 12 years at least. So she's, kind of at a not real good stage right now. So would you do the Power Up? Would you think doing the Power Up thing with her would be important right now?
What do you mean by power up? I never use that term.
Oh, sorry. Whatever you said. Yes, I'm new. Like the when you said take it for the boost. I'm sorry, the boost. Take it for 10 days and then the 2 weeks and then.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure.
I just didn't know the term power up.
Sorry. That's what I heard. Sorry.
Okay.
So if she just took it normally one a day, I mean, would that help or would you suggest doing the boost?
Well, if she's having quite a bit of struggle, I would probably give it to her 1 a day for 12 days and then give her 2 a day for 2 weeks. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Again, both with food, both with fat, and then go back to 1 a day. And keep me posted.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm with Marion Gleason. Marion Gleason is the
I know. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
We're so proud to have you in and helping your mom. That's such a wonderful thing.
Thank you. Well, thank you for what
You can call me anytime. Go to my website. My number's on there.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Mark.
You bet.
Dr. Mark,
Yes.
not a sample. That was
Yeah. You're pretty low volume. Can you speak up?
okay.
Go.
Yes, this is Sam from Baton Rouge. Can you hear me better?
Much better.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I have ulcerative colitis, and every time I see the doctor and get blood work done, he tells me I have elevation of liver enzymes and insists that I stop taking the protandim.
This has nothing to do with liver enzymes.
What is happening? Oh, okay. Is there any reason why I would have an elevation of liver enzyme? It's another reason.
Probably cleansing. If you've had a lot of chemicals for your ulcerative colitis, you're probably going through cleansing.
Yeah, okay.
And your doctor knows the same amount about protandim as he does about the soil on Pluto.
I believe it. Thanks, doctor.
You bet. guess we've answered all the questions, Steve.
I'll bet you we can find a few more out there, Doc.
Okay. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, this is Judy in Saskatoon, Canada. Thank you so much for all your help. I really want to commend you to all the people that you're giving so selflessly to everybody, even people who aren't in your line. Appreciate it very much.
I never pay attention whose line anybody's in.
I know, it's wonderful, and that you came up scientifically to help everybody when you learned what this could do, so thank you. And the second thing I would like to say is that the lady who was having so much emotional trauma, if she would give her email or phone number to Steve, and maybe I could get it after, and I'll contact her.
Okay.
Thank you.
You bet.
Hi, Dr. Marvin.
Yes. Go ahead.
Dr. Marvin?
Yes.
My name is Elaine Walsh. I'm from Maine. I have heard of you, and I've met Steve. He's talked to me before. For one, I just have to say the product is fantastic. My glycohemoglobin, his last visit was at 10, 3 months ago. And after I started it April 21st taking this, and the last test last week was 0.2, and with that was with me being bad because it's summer and I'm a Southern girl, or raised Southern girl, so I have to have my sweet tea. So the doctor was actually very, very surprised because she was very skeptical about me being on it. I do have a question though regarding the NASH. I have NASH's stage 4.
Right.
The studies that they are doing on it, and because there are times that I go after I've been on it like a week. I had fantastic results. I mean, I had walked with a cane for years. I have not used it since I've been on it. And, instead of going to the store and after the second store having to be in the motorized cart, I was out walking my husband the other day as we were on a mission to try to find something, and we were through 8 stores, and I'm still leading the way, and it's not going to the car. I'm running store to store. But I wanted to find out some of the studies on the NASH because I do have, at times I fall back. I guess I'm over-detoxing to what my liver can handle, so I get back into the hurting and the pain.
Drink plenty of water.
Trust me, I drink almost 2 gallons a day.
Good. Good.
What was that?
Anyhow, go ahead, Sam. Are you through?
Well, no, as I said, I was wondering when it starts, should I be cutting back to half a tablet? And do you know where they are on their studies with NASH's right now with protandim?
I don't know a thing about where they are in the studies. I think I'd just continue with 1 a day.
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
Dr. Marvin,
Yes.
this is Bob Following, Sanger, Texas. And I have several questions that I've asked. I've had several people that told me that they noticed that their hair was falling out and they were gaining weight. And I also have a 2-year-old nephew that has eczema and it burns we tried the True Science, and he has really bad allergy. Have you had any experience with anybody with the hair falling out and gaining weight?
I've had hair falling in, hair falling out. That's detox. It will come back if it comes out. This doesn't make hair fall out. It's due to the bodies of people it's in. I've got 3 kids under 4, and none of them are losing hair. That's detox. And it doesn't make anybody fat. It may mobilize fat, but it doesn't make anybody fat. If anything, people lose weight on protandim consecutively. Now, if they're eating more, that's probably where that's coming from. Right. And what was the other problem? Hair falling out? And the one gaining weight, but I have a 2-year-old nephew that has eczema, and it burns when we try to exercise, and he also has very bad allergies. He can't even walk in the grass without getting allergic. Are you giving it to him orally? The parents are going to give it to him. I'm still trying to figure out how to get them to take it now. That's the key. If he took it orally, you know, if he took it orally, then you could probably use the cream topically.
Yeah, Doc, I've muted all the callers because we were picking up a lot of background noise there. So the gentleman from Texas, I'm going to unmute and get us back to the point where people can talk to us again by *6. But right now, I've got everybody muted. Just cool.
Thank you.
Unmuted. Muted.
Sir, are you back on?
The gentleman from Texas, if you would please *6 yourself and unmute, where the call is open for you right now at this moment.
This is Bob Crossan from Texas. Go ahead. His skin burns real fast when we try to true signs. Is that? I mean, do we just need to try and dissolve the pill then if he has a problem? What I would do. How much does he weigh? Oh, he's probably 25 pounds. I'd give him a fourth of a tablet, dissolved in water, orally, for maybe a week or 14 days, and then you can try to use the cream. Of over near 5,000 people, I've never had anybody with any severe skin disease of anything that had any problem using it on their skin, no matter what their rash was. Really? Okay. No. Really? Okay. There's a diabetes center that is very close to where I work. Just wondering, would you recommend trying to approach them to see if they would be interested in trying? I would not approach the center. If you want to approach some of the people going to the center, I have no problem with that. But I think you'd be out of place in going in and trying to get the center to dictate what people take. Okay, just try and catch them on the way in or the way out. If you know any of them, start with them. Yeah, I don't know any of them.
I would definitely start with people you know, because they may come find the long arm of the law if they have a soliciting policy surrounding their office. Just be careful. Just be cautious. Be wise of how you approach.
Okay. Yes, that's soliciting, and that's usually illegal. Okay.
Yes, Dr. Marvin, how you doing? My name is J.R. Brown. I'm from Maryland. I have a cousin that has COPD. Would protandim help him with that?
You're talking COPD?
Yes. COPD.
Okay.
Yes, he has
chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. He has trouble breathing.
Right.
Yes.
So, he what is on protandim? Should he take the half a tablet first, or?
How old is he?
63. So
one a day.
What's it now?
One per day in the morning with food with a little fat in it.
Okay.
One pill per day in the morning.
I had one of mine, a man that I had coffee with this morning who couldn't walk 50 feet without being out of breath. That's quite inclined. And he no longer has those symptoms. And he's 75 years old.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Very good.
Doc Marvin.
Yes.
This is Kathy with
Wait a minute.
California.
Wait a minute, Kathy. Just for the gentleman within first. Go ahead, sir.
Doc Marvin, Mike, Sonoma, California.
Good. Remember me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just going to answer a
quick hair question for you. I have both my parents on protandim. My dad's 82, bald. And I'm 58. And my dad says, son, we got big problems. And I go, what, Mother? And she says, your dad's got new hair popping all over his head since he's been taking the product.
That guy that was talking about hair dropping out should listen.
Yeah, and she said it's even growing in a scar. We got big problems. You better come over and look at his head. Of course, she wanted me to visit her, right? Of course, I do once a week. And there he is, sitting with this fuzzy hair on top of a bald head. And he's been taking protandim for about 8 or 9 months. And then all of a sudden, son, you better come over here. We got big problems.
That's great. That's terrific. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, buddy. You take care.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Yes.
Inform you. When you say fat, take it a little fat. What's the reason?
It assimilates better into your system.
Stimulates.
Assimilates. Not stimulates, assimilates. Dissolves better, and it's taken into your system quicker.
Okay, because I wanted to, I've been telling people that, but then a couple of people have said, why? And then I think it gets, what I said was, it goes into your system faster, so I guess it's the same.
My answer is Dr. McCord said to.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor.
You bet. You bet.
This is Jeff in Encinitas.
Yes.
Yeah, study 6 talked about the chemo prevention and P53. I know about P53. Does the P53, when you take protandim, go to all cells in the body, activate all cells in the body with P53, including cancer cells?
All cells.
Okay, because P53 will re-regulate a cancer cell and either it'll die or get healthy, right? So I have, I'm working with somebody with breast cancer, and she is not doing any chemo or radiation or surgery. So I was wondering if there's somebody on the line, or if you could tell me what kind of length of time does it take the body to break down the tumor, like a breast tumor?
No one knows. Everybody's different. Everybody's body is different.
Yeah, I know.
And the physiology is always different. So we have no claims of anything. And, when and what will happen. But I would give it one in the morning for 12 to 15 days, and then I'd give it 2 a day and keep giving it 2 a day. And I'd have them drink at least 8-ounce glasses of water. Take it in the morning with food with a little fat in it. And in the evening, with a little food and a little fat. Separate it at least 8 hours.
So you want to alternate them every 2 weeks, 1 and 2?
No, I think I'd keep her on 2 until you see something happen.
Oh, really? Okay. One of the things, I'm a healthcare practitioner, and one of the things I learned the first year is that we don't have test tools. I don't want people doing MRIs and all that crap, just worsen the situation. So we really don't, it's hard to tell whether there's improvement in something like that, other than muscle testing. But,
I think you'll find out.
Yeah. Okay.
There's various ways, and no one knows all the ways it works yet. It works in every cell of your body, all 100 trillion.
Yeah. It would be a great thing if somebody that knew what these studies actually did, what they proved, they disproved, or unproved. Even the abstracts are hard for me, not a medical person, to really know what they do. Is there such a thing?
Is there such a thing as what?
Oh, somebody writing it in kind of layman's language, what each of these studies actually is doing. Some of them are kind of obvious.
Well, Yeah, there is some, but, you know, most of them are written by non-medical.
Yeah, well, I want to.
So I don't know whether I agree with all of those or not.
Yeah.
You know, the medical schools are doing the research.
Right.
Never before in history has medical schools ever done research on a supplement with their own money.
Right.
We have 29 medical schools presently doing it. We have 11 peer-reviewed studies that no one else has even one. That ought to be sufficient. Now, on my website, the 11th study is paraphrased by a doctor, Mark Gordon. And so you can read that on my website.
I've looked at them. Yeah. In fact, I look at now called protandim health. They changed the name from Big Blue Health. That's a really good site. So
Yeah, it is.
anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
Jeff, one thing that you might want to also look at if you haven't is look at Dr. McCord's recorded videos of the Life Vantage website, the 4 different lectures that are up there where he will speak individually about different ones of the studies and give a summary in his own words in a couple of those video clips. Some of those are 45 minutes to an hour long. If you haven't seen those are definitely worth watching. You can find them in LBN Media under the videos.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
You're back.
Dr. Marvin.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, this is Dorinda from New York. I have
Right.
the last gentleman that spoke about measuring the difference or the changes. There is something called thermography, which is a non-invasive digital study that a person can do to see how the tumors are decreasing in the breast. That would be excellent. Now, the question I have is, I have a young woman about age 14. She has scleroderma, and then she also now has some fibrosis in her lungs. Will the protandim help reverse the conditions?
Yes, it is an antifibrotic.
It is, okay.
It's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antifibrotic, and an anti-carcinogenic. Those 4.
Beautiful. Okay, thank you.
Dr. McCord does it this way, man. The protandim is an NRF2 activator in the nutrigenomic arena. NRF2 upregulates genes encoding antioxidant enzymes, anti-inflammatory genes, and anti-fibrosis genes. That's a vital gene arena.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
Doctor,
bet. Yes.
I'm Dee from California, and I have a question. I had cataract surgery about 9 years ago, and I've been on protandim for 2.5 months now. And I was just wondering, with cataract surgery, is it safe to take protandim?
Sure. Cataract surgery means the lens is removed, and they put a piece of glass or plastic in there in its place.
Yes. Yes.
And this won't affect plastic, believe me.
All right. And one more question. I seem to get lightheaded at times. And I was wondering if I would boost it up to 2 a day. Would that help there?
You can try it for 2 weeks. However, this may be dropping your blood pressure a little bit because that's probably where you're getting the lightheadedness. So I don't know whether I do 2 a day or not. It may make the lightheadedness worse.
Are you currently what you get? Are you currently taking any blood pressure medication?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Well, are you taking it every day and recording it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, you might want to show that to your doctor. He may want to cut down your dosage, but don't you cut it down. Let him cut it down. But here also may be the fact, when you're a younger person and your blood pressure comes down, say to 110, and you lay down, and then all of a sudden you rise up, your blood vessels as you get older get stiffer, and they don't respond quick enough to send that blood to your brain as fast as you need it when you go from laying down to standing up, because they have to constrict to force more blood. So.
Okay, can I tell you what I'm taking? I'm taking 40 milligrams of like Cinetril a day, And I'm taking lisinopril.
I know.
Okay. And I'm also taking 50 milligrams of metoprolol
Okay.
a day. And I'm taking a water pill, 40 milligrams a day.
Which one? Lasix?
No.
Peroxamide?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you might want to check. How long has it been since you've checked with your doctor?
Oh, I just had my physical about a month and a half ago.
Okay. Were you lightheaded then?
Yes, I mentioned it to him, and he didn't have a reason for it. He really didn't know.
Well,
I'm
I'm telling you, that's probably the reason. Your blood pressure's come down, and you have to accommodate to changing your position when your blood pressure comes down.
Okay. All right.
But if it gets bad, like you think you're going to faint or fall, don't do that. Go to your doctor and have him recheck it. And have him do that orthostatic exam. ORTHOSTATIC exam.
All right.
Because he can do that real quick. What they do is they take your blood pressure laying down, then have you stand up and take it immediately. Leave the cuff on and just take it immediately. And he can tell whether the drop is enough because of the lightheadedness.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
You bet.
Marvin,
Yes.
this is Lizzie. I was wondering, you talked about that. How about fish oil capsules if you take those long? Does that work?
You can. That'll work.
And like my husband always liked to have his apple with the dab of peanut butter in. Would that?
That'd be wonderful.
Okay.
That'll work well.
Great. Okay. Great. Just a dab of peanut butter in it too.
A little dab will do you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Well, let's see. We're about 9:14.
Yeah, we're kind of coming to the end of the night, Doc. I think that we got a quick call. You got any last words that you want to share with the people tonight?
No, I just want to read again. The key to success is serving others. The key to self-interest is to serve the many. Giving starts the receiving process. Give and it will be given unto you. Full measure, pressed down. Shall men give out of their bosoms to you? So you need to give for a life. You work at a job for a living. But if you want to have a life, you give. And that's what Winston Churchill said. And I'm a great fan of Winston Churchill. So that would be my parting gifts. Go out and give of yourself, your time, your energy to helping others, and you'll never be sorry for it. It gives you the greatest feeling you ever have.
That's right, Doc. Another good quote that I'm going to end with is, that which we persist in doing becomes easier. Not that the task becomes easier, but that our ability to perform it has improved.
Amen.
So all of these MERQ activators, let's get busy. We got a lot of people to reach. And all of you that are down in Orlando next week, we have got Dr. Marvin on stage.
Yep, I'm going to be a speaker. They give me a topic from MP to multi-level marketer.
It'll be good, Doc.
And they've got many other speakers, believe me. It's going to be a fabulous, fabulous time. You'll never be the same again after you've been there.
I'm trying.
Good.
Your conference recording has stopped.
Steve.
Doc,
Okay, Steve. You're doing a great job.
let's remind everyone that the end of it is not to diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease. But we are thankful that it's proven in university laboratories to reduce oxidative stress an average of 40% in 30 days in 100% of the people. 100%. And next week, same time, same place, Doc.
Okay, we'll be here.
Thank you, Doc.
Thanks everybody for being on the call tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Doc.
Karen, call me on cell phone if you want.
I will.
And everybody else,
Bye. Bye, Doc.
be on the call tonight.
Thank you. Good night.
Hello.